Hi there, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm James Myers, a local realtor in the Barrie and Innisfil area. And today we're going to be talking about 5 things you need to know about living in Innisfil. Innisfil has several small communities that make up this bustling town. Today I'm going to be focusing on the largest population center, which is Alcona, because that's where the bulk of the population and growth is happening. Alcona has experienced incredible growth over the last decade or two. What was once a small lakeside community is now a bustling town with expanding population. New housing developments, schools, businesses are popping up everywhere. Many residents commute to Toronto, which is about an hour's drive away. So Innisfil really offers the best of both worlds, a relaxed, community-centered lifestyle with easy access to the big city. Whether you're thinking of moving to Innisfil, just curious to know what it's like to live here, or maybe you're already a resident, I've got 5 key things you should know about living in Innisfil. Let's start with the biggest feature of Innisfil, which is the lake. And by the lake, I mean Lake Simcoe. The entire eastern border of Innisfil is on Lake Simcoe, offering a stunning natural backdrop to life here. The lake is perfect for swimming, fishing, boating, and even ice fishing and skating in the winter. If you love water activities or just relaxing by the shore, Alcona gives you that classic lakeside charm just minutes from your doorstep. A lot of the shoreline consists of privately owned waterfront homes and cottages, although I don't know if you can call them cottages because they go for millions of dollars. But there are a lot of public access areas throughout. Popular spots include Innisfil Beach Park or Leonard's Beach, both of which offer great opportunity for a family to go and spend the day by the water. Additionally, there are smaller public accesses at the end of each of the concession roads in Innisfil. While these accesses might not have sandy beaches or a place to launch your powerboat, you can certainly take your canoe, kayak, or stand-up paddleboard. One unique feature of Alcona's older neighborhoods is deeded beach access or deeded beach rights. If you live in one of these original cottage-style areas, you may have rights to a private beach nearby. These deeded beach rights date back decades, and they were to ensure that residents who didn't live directly on the water had access to the waterfront. However, if you are in one of the newer subdivisions, you will not have this perk. Regardless, the lake remains a major draw and is central to life in Innisfil. Lake Simcoe also plays a key role in community events. During the summer, you'll find festivals and activities centered around the lake. Ice fishing tournaments and winter carnivals take over when the lake freezes. If you are commuting to Toronto or the surrounding areas, Alcona's location is a key selling point. It's close to Highway 400, making the drive to Toronto pretty straightforward. However, there's room for improvement when it comes to public transit. Innisfil currently lacks a GO train station, which means commuters have to drive into Barrie South GO station or down to Bradford. If you drive to Barrie South GO station, that'll add about 15 minutes each way to your drive, so half an hour a day in total added to your commute time. While there are plans for a GO train station at the 6th line in Innisfil, those plans are years away. And the way the government works, it's going to be years. That said, Alcona's proximity to Highway 400 is a big plus for drivers. And while the traffic here isn't on par with the gridlock you'll find in the GTA or Toronto, there is congestion in the morning rush hour and in the evening. Still, the overall ease of access to major routes is a big advantage. Most of the newer houses in Alcona are not really walking distance to the lake. The subdivisions that have been built in the last couple of decades or so are quite a distance from the lake. If you want to just go for a walk with your dog or take a leisurely stroll down to the lake, you can do that, but you're going to be an hour there and back. But if you want to go to the beach for the day and you want to take like beach chairs and toys and food, kids, you're going to be driving your car because you're not going to want to be carrying all that stuff down to the beach. When you see a real estate listing that says close to the lake, map it out on Google Maps so you can actually see how far away from the lake it really is. I guess this is where different people's experiences and perceptions come into play. You could say anywhere in Barrie or Innisfil is close to the lake. And it is, relatively. I grew up in this area, so I know proximity to the lake. But if you were moving here from Brampton or Vaughan or Markham that doesn't have any water nearby, you may be thrilled with a 10-minute drive to the lake. However, if you're expecting to go out on your back deck and see water, you better double check the location on a map. It's also worth noting that some of the newer subdivisions may come with their own playgrounds and parks and trails, so that may make up for the distance from the lake. These communities are designed with families in mind, so they come with lots of parks and recreational facilities. Housing costs. Let's talk about affordability. Houses in Innisfil and Alcona are generally more affordable than houses south of here in the GTA. For example, the average price of a detached house in Innisfil, Alcona, is generally about $300,000 less than a detached house in Newmarket, which is half an hour away. In fact, what you would spend on a semi-detached or a townhouse in Newmarket or Brampton, you could get a nice detached house in Innisfil. As with many things, there's a trade-off, time or money. If you're willing to commute a little bit longer, there's much more bang for your buck in Alcona. In addition to affordability, the housing market in Innisfil is diverse. You'll find everything from older, character-filled cottages to big, spacious, modern family homes. There's also the potential for investment in Innisfil as the town continues to grow and attract new residents. Whether you're looking for a starter home, a forever home, or a vacation property by the lake, Innisfil has a variety of options for any stage of life. Traffic in Innisfil. Relatively speaking, the traffic in Innisfil and Alcona is pretty light. During the week between 7 and 9 in the morning and 4 and 6 at night, yeah, it can get a little bit congested. But compared to the GTA like Brampton or Vaughan, it's a cakewalk. The main road out of Alcona has just been widened to 4 lanes from Alcona to Highway 11 or Yonge Street. But whoever is in charge has made the decision to make the speed limit only 60 kilometers an hour, and many of the people in town are not happy with that. As for public transportation, there basically is none. There are no buses driving up and down the street, stopping at bus stops. Innisfil really doesn't have the population density to support a full-on transit system. Instead, the town of Innisfil has partnered with Uber to offer discounted rideshare rates for local trips. While it's not the same as having buses running on a schedule, it's a creative solution that the town has come up with to try to at least offer some kind of public transit to the residents. I have never used it, so I can't give you all the ins and outs of how it works, but if you go to innisfil.ca, click on transit, all the updated information will be there. It's worth noting that the lack of a robust public transit system means you'll likely need a car if you live here, and that can affect teenagers and older people who don't drive anymore. On the other hand, the town's quiet streets and walkable neighborhoods make it easy and safe for kids to walk or ride their bikes to school or neighborhood parks. Alright, those are 5 things you need to know about living in Innisfil, Ontario. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more insights on life in Simcoe County. By the way, I'm a local real estate agent in the Barrie, Simcoe County, Innisfil area, so if you're thinking of selling your house here or moving here, my contact information is all in the description down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.